Double game week 33 is here, and in today's team selection video we're going to take a look at captaincy, transfers, and of course my chip strategy for the next few weeks of FPL. So let's waste no time now and jump straight into today's team selection video. Now, this is my second time recording this video as I wasn't too happy with the way it turned out while I was editing, so hopefully you guys appreciate that effort. And if you do enjoy today's video, make sure you click the like button, and if you are new around here, click the sub button as well. We're so close to 700 subscribers. It would be great to hit that before the game week 33 deadline, but the support this season from everyone has been absolutely outstanding. So to be at this point I am now, I just want to say a massive thank you to you guys watching. Before we get stuck into the team, in terms of chip strategy, there is a chance I do bench boost this game week. I'm not sure there's going to be a better chance for me personally with my squad before the end of the season, so we'll discuss bench boost in more detail at the end of the video, where I discuss my transfer plans in the transfer plans section of the video. Of course, any bit you want of the video, whether that's team selection, whether that transfer plans, the timestamps are below in the description. But let's get stuck in with the defensive line now, with Henderson in goal. Now, the fixtures aren't fantastic, but of course I do think the double game week of Henderson trumps Pope's of Aston Villa away. Aston Villa have done really well against PSG in the Champions League. A bit disappointed personally that they didn't pull off the comeback, but you know, PSG are a really great team. But overall, Henderson I think is better than Pope this game week as a starting goalkeeper. Of course, the likelihood of my bench boost chip won't really matter with who starts, but I will field out the best possible 11 that I can in today's video. Trippier does start as the Newcastle defender this game week. He has looked pretty threatening going forward in terms of sort of set pieces and crosses into the box. Newcastle have looked a little bit better on that front, so hopefully he can come away with an attack and return in this fixture. Hasn't so far since game week 30, but I do have faith within Kieran Trippier from those set pieces. Saliba and Arsenal as a whole have the best double game week this game week, so if you own Arsenal assets, they definitely have to be in your team. I mean, Ipswich and Crystal Palace, it doesn't really get too much better than that. Of course, Palace are a tough team to face, but Ipswich, on the other hand, you know, there's a likelihood there is a clean sheet in the bag there for Arsenal. You've got Guardiola there as well, Everton and Aston Villa. Again, fixtures aren't fantastic there from a defensive point of view, and in terms of Guardiola as a FPL asset, again, a little bit disappointing because we initially thought he would be playing that left-back role, but Nico O'Reilly has been playing there for City and doing a really great job. So I don't think Guardiola will sneak back into that left-back position where he inverts in. I think that's firmly Nico O'Reilly's spot now. He's kind of proved himself, and Pep really loves him. We'll cover the bench because, you know, the bench boost chip could be activated this week for my squad. We spoke about Nick Pope. Dunk, I mean, what else can I say apart from absolutely abysmal last game week, conceding 2 goals to Leicester, who haven't scored a goal in weeks and weeks, and picking up a yellow card for a huge 0-pointer. Unbelievably bad, but you know, I've got faith in him for the next few weeks. His fixtures look okay. Hopefully Brighton can tighten up at the back, and of course Gabriel to finish the bench off will be transferred out most likely this game week if I do click that bench boost chip. But let's move on now to the midfielders. The midfield has a mixture of double and single game week players, so we're going to start off with the single game week players here with Mo Salah. Now, I would be lying if I said I wasn't tempted to captain Mo Salah this game week. Leicester away from home is really a great fixture for him and Liverpool. If it wasn't for the guy in my forward line who has the captaincy armband, Mo Salah would probably be my captain for game week 33 with that great fixture. Of course, we'll reveal who the captain is in the next section of the video. Those who know me and know my team probably know who it is, and I think he's the most popular captain this game week. Cole Palmer is my other single game week player with Fulham away from home. Now, I chose Cole Palmer over Bukayo Saka on my game week 30 wildcard because I don't have a free hit available for blank game week 34. A bit disappointing that I popped it so early in the season, but we have to adapt and we have to learn from those mistakes. And Cole Palmer's actually outscored Saka by 1 point so far from game week 30. So maybe it's a good thing I picked him. Who knows what he's going to do in this fixture, but Chelsea really haven't looked great in the past few weeks of FPL. The Palace boys, on the other hand, have looked quite lively, despite getting beat quite badly by City in their first fixture for game week 32, in their first double game week fixture. Of course, they have back-to-back double game weeks. But yeah, I'm super happy to have them in. Double game week players are always great to have in your FPL team. 2 fixtures instead of 1 normally results in more points. So fingers crossed they can come away with something against Bournemouth and maybe something against Arsenal. But Arsenal really are a great defence in the Premier League. Of course, Semenyo I will mention, just in case I do bench boost. He is on the bench there with Crystal Palace away from home. I have benched him most of the time from game week 30, so I haven't really reaped the rewards of his 2 assists from then. But maybe this week on the bench boost he can come away with something. But I'd rather him not, because Henderson is sat in goal for Palace. But let's move on now to my forwards and of course reveal my captain for game week 33. It's probably not a surprise that Marmoush is my captain this game week. He passes the eye test with flying colours. He really is a fantastic player to watch in the Premier League. I'm super happy he has signed for a club in the Premier League. It was nice to watch him in the Bundesliga, but now he is playing for City. I'm really excited to what he can bring in the next few seasons of the Premier League. Of course, Everton and Aston Villa are okay fixtures as a whole. I do think he has a better chance of outscoring players like Mohamed Salah and Eze this week, so he does get the captaincy armband for my squad for game week 33. He is sat alongside 2 single game week players in Alexander Isak against Aston Villa away from home, and of course Evan Nielsen against Crystal Palace away from home. Now, I have heard that Evan Nielsen was denied a pretty stonewall penalty against Fulham in his last fixture, so I'm absolutely fuming about that, because he's been amazing for my squad since game week 30 and really boosted my rank up to where it is now, around 250k in the world. Of course, we're still in the progress of game week 32. We've still got Newcastle's second fixture as well as Crystal Palace, so fingers crossed they come away with some more points to boost my rank even more going into the last bit of the season. Overall, the squad looks pretty decent, and like I say, I might pop the bench boost this game week. You may be looking at the bench right now above my head and going, what is he on about? Why would you bench boost that? Well, in the next section of the video where I discuss my transfer plans, it's going to make a lot more sense. So let's move over now to that section. Now, my transfer plans for the next few weeks with a bench boost active this week are as follows. Now, Gabriel is not going to play for the rest of the season. There is no point having him in my squad, so he will be removed this game week. Of course, we have the AI suggested transfers there, but I'm not too interested in those transfers right now. I think I'm mainly looking at someone like Wan-Bissaka with a great fixture of Southampton at home this game week. That's one of my 3 free transfers used for this game week, and I do need 3 free transfers next game week at least to survive the blank game week without that free hit chip. Of course, it looks a pretty strong squad. The bench is a bit meh apart from Wan-Bissaka, but like I say, I don't think I'll have a better chance before the end of the season. I think I'm going to start after game week 34, removing some of the value from my bench and really putting it back into my team to end the season quite strongly. We'll move into blank game week 34 now. We'll optimize the team so as many points as I can possibly get are available for 34. And we have some work to do. Of course, we have a back 3 there that I can definitely use. I would like to keep Guardiola for his potential double game week in game week 36. And of course, overall good fixtures that City have towards the end of the season. It's really the Palace boys I would look to get rid of. So Ismail Assar, I would like to move to somebody like Elanga. So we'll put him in there. And Erebici Eze, I actually want to move into Brian Mbeumo. I mentioned him on maybe a deadline stream ago that I would like to bring him in at least before game week 35 because he's got a pretty good set of fixtures going into the end of the season. And that lets me field an 11 that's pretty strong for game week 34 with 1 free transfer spare. So it could be the case I go ahead and get rid of Saliba and maybe put in someone like Milenkovic for Forest's good end of the season as well. Does he get in over anyone in the team right now? Probably over Wan-Bissaka or maybe Lewis Dunk. So yeah, that would be the squad for game week 34. And of course, I would be able to survive the blank game week without using a free hit chip because I just don't have one available. But bench boosting this game week is quite likely. And then of course, surviving that blank game week. Moving on to the next week, I can kind of show you what the team could look like, but again, we need to know a little bit more about doubles and blanks in the future to really plan ahead with my squad for that. But that's probably the squad for game week 33. So let me know what you think in the comments, and are you using a chip for this game week? I always outro my videos with a massive thank you to you guys at home for supporting the FPL Mugs YouTube channel. Of course, if you have enjoyed today's video, make sure you click the like button. And if you are new around here, make sure you click the subscribe button as well for future FPL content and deadline streams. But that is everything for today's video. Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.